Hello, Dave from the Fettlers here today. We're going to change the oil on this 2022 Meteor 350. She's done about 4,500 miles now. I'm just going to change it. I've done a couple of thousand miles since the last service, but it's only 1.7 litres, I believe, to change the oil. Got genuine filters, bought from Metor because they're a lot cheaper than the ones from Royal Enfield, even though they're Royal Enfield ones. All you require to do this little job is an 8mm socket or spanner and a 5mm Allen key to remove the oil filter, which is on the other side. First off, I'm going to take the strainer, can sump underneath. This is what the 8mm is for. So we remove the strainer. There's two little bolts here. I'm just going to take the filler plug out just to let it come out a bit better. So it's finished dripping or pouring out, and there's a little strainer up in there. I'm just trying to pull it out. I'm going to put a pair of pliers on there, I think. There we go. Just pull that out. This is the little oil strainer that I pulled out. Be careful, don't grip it too tight with a pair of pliers because it's only plastic. It's held in with that O-ring, so it holds it in quite well, but don't crunch it up with the pliers. Just nip it and pull it. I mean, some of you might have strong enough hands to pull it out on its own, but there it is. It looks quite clean. I'm just going to give it a little wash, maybe with a bit of brake cleaner, and then put it back in. So I've pushed the strainer back up in. It just sort of goes click with that rubber seal. I've cleaned the surfaces off of both mating surfaces for it. There's a little bit of oil on there, but we're not going to worry about that, as long as there's no debris. These bolts should be very low torque. It's, I don't know, 15 Newton meters, something like that. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to do it up with my, what do you call it, cameraman? Hand torque.
Torque hands.
Torque hand. They were quite firm, so I'm going to do them quite firm. It's an 8mm head, so it's not going to be very tight. I'll just keep an eye on it. I believe this is the sump plug here, but since I was taking the strainer out, I've just taken it out there. Why loosen loads of bolts off? You also notice I didn't change the O-ring in the plate for the strainer. I spoke to an Enfield guy service department, and he said that they're quite a robust seal. They never change them, and they were hard to find on the internet. Actually, there's an O-ring in the filter in it. We'll see. They also don't change those O-rings very often. Anyway, let's crack on. It's quite tight. You've got the 5mm. Again, they're meant to be quite low. This is the oil filter housing. We just loosen these off. Oil filter. See, this O-ring here is quite a robust oil filter, and the guy says that he never replaces it. Well, not on the first service or two. And there she is. Tiny little thing. An O-ring on there. Just slips inside there. So we're just going to push this new filter on. I'm just going to put, I know it's old oil. I'm just going to put a little bit round there. You can put new oil on, just to make it slide on onto the spigot. That's on there. And make sure you get the spring outside. And all you got to do, locate that and push your put your 3 bolts on. I've looked on the internet for the torque settings, can't really find them. Some people are saying different stuff. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can find out for yourself, or do what I'm doing, and I'm just going to do them reasonably hand tight. I've done it for years, and it's always served me well. Like you can see, I've changed the ratchet. I can get a better feel with this than those Allen. Of course, this is a J series, so it'll be the same as the Classic and the Hunter. I would have thought it's all the same engine. So just going to change the oil in them. Just going around them just a little bit each time, trying to remember how tight. Now that is firm. I'm not going to do them any tighter than that. I will just keep my eye on it, and if it seeps, and in the meantime, if I do find the proper torque settings, or if I can be bothered to ring Royal Enfield up, they might tell me, we will let you know. So it's 1.7 litres of Shell Advanced 1550 I'm putting in, fully synthetic. For different people recommend different stuff, but as long as you put the right grade in. What you need to do is fill it up to the full mark. And once it's up to the full mark, I shall run it up, take it down the road. As you can see, we've got it up to the maximum level. I suspect it's going to go down a little bit once all the oil's circulated. So we're just going to start her up. So the level had dropped a little bit, so we're just topping it up now. Just put a little bit more in it. I like dipsticks really, but that's why I work with you, cameraman.
That's very funny.
Don't like the old lights really, the windows. A little bit more?
A little bit more.
So there you go, oil and filter change. Just give that a wipe down in a second. I'm going to keep checking the oil level until I've got it right. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.